We bring you up to date with what has made the headlines for the better part of the day. But then let's begin with that developing story about the dialogue team at the Bomas of Kenya, where the entrenchment of the office of the leader of the official opposition and office of the prime cabinet secretary in the constitution and reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that is IEBC, will be the first order of business when the National Dialogue Committee officially kicks off the talks next week. The dialogue team actually said that the committee have agreed on a new framework agreement to guide the process, and that they have agreed that the issues to be discussed into one document. KTN's Political Affairs Daniel Kariuki has more on the issues agreed.
The 8-member technical committee on the talks has presented a report to the 10-member dialogue committee Friday. The two sides have agreed on issues that had been raised by Azimio and Kenya Kwanza sides.
We've also received the consolidated issues as proposed by the technical. They have clustered them in various titles.
The framework agreement basically agreed, and the issues are framed. The agenda we have now is not that of Kenya Kwanza or Azimio.
According to the dialogue committee, all this is expected to take off after the Senate ratifies the operations of the National Dialogue team after the process sailed through in the National Assembly.
We are told that the necessary notice has already gone out for a special sitting of the Senate on Tuesday. And that is where, properly guided, then we'll be able to meet on Wednesday and do the signing.
And then we've also gone through, agreed on work plan that is running for 60 working days.
The committee told of critics of the bipartisan talks, including Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
We are operating on the basis of utmost good faith. This is an important national exercise.
So we are here legitimately and with clear instructions. And as long as you see us here, please don't take too seriously what you hear outside of this meeting.
The technical committee has agreed to cluster the issues of dialogue to 5 thematic areas, down from 10, with Kenya Kwanza seemingly giving in to Azimio's demand for the inclusion of the thorny issue of high cost of living in the discussion. Reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, formation of the office of the official opposition leader, and the entrenchment of the office of the prime cabinet secretary are the 3 key issues that are going to be given priority once the dialogue committee signs the legal framework. The first cluster will also include the elusive 2/3 gender rule, national unity and governance, as well as checks and balances, even as the committee agreed on the broader issues of electoral justice that include the audit of the 2022 presidential election. Representative of both the government and the opposition also agreed to introduce the issue of boundary delimitation, which is due latest March next year. Issues of the entrenchment of the Constituency Development Fund, National Government Affirmative Action Fund, and Senate Oversight Fund will also be retained. While the process to have the talks begin gathers pace, section of leaders want the committee to remain focused.
We expect that committee to be given maximum support, because they are not uniting, they are not talking for their own gains. They are talking for the gain of the people of Kenya. The country is bigger than any other person.
We urge all and sundry to support this internal diplomatic process of addressing our socio-political and economic issues, since without peace, no country has ever realized envisaged progress.
When we see the political members of the political class speaking and executing these matters in public rallies, it may interfere with what is happening inside the dialogue room. So what we are saying is, those who are having any opinion, they should talk to the members who are representing them in the dialogue committee.
The Senate will have a special sitting next Tuesday to consider a special motion to formalize the talks. Daniel Kariuki, KTN News, Nairobi.
Thank you, Daniel Kariuki, for that report. Meanwhile, Deputy President Rigathi